Huh, welcome back. In the last episode, we went pirating and pillaged several things from various shipwrecks in order to obtain the funds to buy various useful bits of equipment. In this episode, I want to change gears a little bit. You see this? This is our farm. Our farm kind of sucks and could use some expansion, especially with the carrots and pumpkins we have found recently. So, to that end, we are going to go on a dirt collecting montage. Fun and exciting. I've also seen at least one other shipwreck in the water that I kind of want to go take a look at. In a moment, though, as we are currently trying to hunt down these creepers. And there we go. So our first order of business is going to be taking a nice long nap. We have enough iron that we could make a couple of buckets. 21 dirt. That is enough to at least get some good work done. Let's go ahead and make a shield, though, because skeletons are very scary and I do not want to die to them. Make a pickaxe. A shovel. An axe. A hoe. And 3 buckets. Those buckets are more important than you'd think, as I am going to want those to gather up, among other things, lava if we can find any. There should be ruined portals somewhere in the sea, and those should spawn up at least a little bit. But if not, we could always start production on our tunneling endeavors. For now, though, we are going to go ahead and harvest up all of our wheat. Oh. 1, 2. Alright, 9 pieces of wheat into our inventory should be enough to help sustain the cow population a bit. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Pumpkins have now been added to the list of things that will eventually grow on this island. Fortunately, I learned a thing or two from Ocean Only Hardcore and know that they will only grow on dirt. Solutions. We got them. As far as development of our carrot farm goes, we are going to want more dirt for that. So it's time for a slightly peculiar collection system. You see this? This is an oak door. Normally, something you would just place for a quick air pocket, we are actually going to use it to tunnel down. 1, 2. And there we go. Now we have access to essentially as much dirt as we want, as long as we remember where the collection system started. These are the weird kind of activities you get up to when you're restricted to only one island. You find unusual methods to get resources. I would actually say this is quite resourceful and is a good use of the technology that we can develop down here, though. All right. Okay, come on. Thank you. But yes, now we have a way to essentially mass produce dirt as long as we can access some light bits of underground. This might even be a decent place to start our mining operation, potentially. I'm a bit more iffy on that, as I feel like we'd want to start our mine on solid ground. But it's not a terrible way to set up right now. We even have access to gravel. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And here we go. We could even live just under here if we really wanted to, and this would be a pretty solid base, all things considered. Essentially living in an underground air pocket. Kind of not a fan of the vibes, though, overall, so I'm just going to opt to skimp out on that one. More cobblestone is always welcome, though, seeing as how we pretty well carved out our main area. And, ooh, hey, copper. Very nice. I was wondering if we'd actually manage to find any of this. Copper is useful for not very many things at all. Is quite the nice looking building material, in my opinion, and can be used for a lightning rod, which is the main reason I want it. Hey, 96 pieces of dirt successfully obtained and safely stored in our pocket. We can now expand out the farm a little bit. I'm going to choose to expand the rows outward rather than potentially expanding them out in any other direction. Because I'm noticing that things just generally seem to be growing faster when you plant them in rows, and while I'm not certain if that is an actual mechanic in the game, the placebo effect, bare minimum, is nice, and we're going to go ahead and stick with it. Maybe some really technical Minecrafters could answer that particular question for me. Alright. Grab some water, though. And here we go. I just want enough that we can make sure to sustain our animal populations. That's the main goal I'm kind of striving for here. Oop. Well, we lost some seagrass. That's unfortunate, but I suppose we'll just have to move on. And there we go. Our island-based agriculture has now expanded out considerably. I think it's time to start growing a new crop entirely, though, because these carrots have been calling my name like the Green Goblin mask ever since I have picked them up, and honestly, I want them. As far as the carrots go, I think I've found a perfect spot for them, and it's going to be right here on the island. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Carrots tend to just grow in abundance wherever you put them, so I'm going to not worry too much about the specifics on this growth setup. We're just gonna kind of put them in a nice row and call it good. All right. Now we have successfully made a bunch of rows for carrots and potatoes if we should be fortunate enough to obtain any of those. That's a massive if, though, because that requires us to either luck out with more shipwrecks and find potatoes that have not long since rotted away into balls of sadness and disappointment, or get lucky with the undead wanting to behave at all. Neither one of which sounds like something I would be comfortable hedging my bets on anytime soon. Quite frankly, in fact, I think that relying on loot tables to do anything at all without a dedicated farm setup is just sort of lunacy, and I do plan to set one up. Well, speak of the devil and he shall appear. Hello. I guess the zombie got upset that I was bad-mouthing him and decided to come over here and check me out. Thanks for that. Ooh. Skeletons are actually something I do want to engage with as far as fights go, now that I have a shield. Managed to get a bone and 2 arrows out of that. And that's a bone. Like bone. Singular. Alright. 2 bones and 4 arrows is a bit more reasonable, I suppose. Really, though, it's just good to know that we can still get monster spawns on our island at all. I was a little bit worried with all the lighting that we might have driven the monsters to extinction here. But that does not appear to be the case based on how... I'm not even going to acknowledge that. Did you all see that? I was gonna go back to fighting skeletons. That's something I understand. Like, I'm good, thanks. I'm just going to focus on the things that do in fact make sense to me, and whatever I just saw on the coast is not included in that list. What is included on that list, though, is sugar. We can go ahead and expand the sugar coast now. Yippee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, I'm going to actually opt to clear cut this, and we're probably gonna redesign the sugar coast slightly. Yeah, let's pick up a bunch of sand here. A very chill episode so far, but honestly, after the last one and us nearly getting lost, I think I am owed a little bit of chillness on my vacation here. At this point, we're in this island for the long haul, as I'm pretty sure if there was rescue, it would have showed up for now, so we might as well make the most of what we have. Ooh, another creeper. Very good. Okay. The Sugar Coast Mark II has been substantially upgraded and should be easier to clear cut now. It's not quite so jagged. Baby zombies, though, yeah, that's gonna be a bring it to the water and drown it sort of situation, because those things move entirely too fast and have really, really disjointed hitboxes. No thank you, I'm good. 1, 2, 3, 4. before. Just proving my point about how getting potatoes is going to be exceptionally difficult. 4 gunpowder gathered up so far. Hey, that's not bad at all. Yeah, we can now just defend our whole island from the monsters at this point. I gotta say, I'm actually kind of impressed and a little surprised at that. I figured that'd be more difficult. Like, I figured we were getting to the stage where I'd probably want to start investing in some actual defensive structures, potentially. But no, it just seems like we kind of just have to play it smart. Which I'm fully aware sounds like quite the challenge, given how I usually play these games, but well, there you go. Sometimes it really just is that easy. Nothing else for it, though, so I intend on at least completing the Carrot Coast here rather shortly. Okay. Even though we don't have potatoes yet, I've prepared my infrastructure to support them in the future. Because that is something I do want to very potentially look into, if I can. For now, though, continue to harvest the wheat. I'm not entirely sure why all of my rows of farm plot are kind of out of sync here. You know what? I can fix this in a way that actually looks aesthetically pleasing. Scoop up the dirt. There. Now the innermost ones actually are all slightly shorter than the outermost ones. That's a layout that actually kind of makes sense, weirdly. I might have to invest in slabs at some point. That would potentially help the infrastructure here quite a bit. 27 pieces of wheat, though. That's actually enough. I'm going to opt to make a quick couple of things. Those quick couple of things are going to be some hay bales. Just so we have bigger smoke trails coming out of our island. 1, 2, 3. There's charcoal in here somewhere, right? By God, I actually forgot to make some. Oops. Gathering up a good amount of material, though. I'm quite happy with where our stocks of things are set at the moment. Go ahead and make a campfire and a couple of hay bales. Realistically, these hay bales are going to be extremely soggy, given I'm using them as the lighting for my farm, but, well, there's just not much we can really do about that. Now, is there? Okay. And there we go. Now, on the off chance that rescue ever does wind up coming for us, they'll be able to see the signal fires well enough. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4. What have I told you guys about nesting on my farms? I'll take your seagrass, though. Thank you. Okay. The farm expansion project has gone, well, fantastically, actually. I'm going to actually opt to go and grab some of those bones we recently obtained, though, so I can smash them into the pumpkins in hopes that those will start making some progress soon. The eventual plan for this food source is that we take all the chickens somewhere, produce them in a situation where they can make mass amounts of eggs, and then go ahead and just live off of pumpkin pie forever, which is why the sugar coast is as large as it is. Okay. Well, at least we should be able to get plenty of pumpkins now. Even if that did take all of our bones. Hey, sheep! I have good news and I have bad news. The good news, you're all getting a promotion. The bad news, there's going to be a culling soon as a result. Hope you survive. Okay. Quite the nice herd of chickens developing. But with 2 more cows, I'm afraid we need to make some budget cuts. Four pieces of leather. Hey, that's not terrible. How many chickens do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Enough we can afford to clear some of the herd. Leave 4 baby chickens. I will leave 4 adult chickens. Nicely balanced. Eight eggs, too. Hey, that's not bad. We can go ahead and just cook up these pieces of food on the campfires. And you know what? While we're going back to the farm, I'm going to go ahead and decide that consuming an item literally labeled as suspicious stew would be very, very funny. Oh. Jump boost. Would have actually been helpful a few seconds ago. I kind of wish I found that earlier. Huh. Anyway. Well, I'd go ahead and say that I think our setup has gotten to the point where it's self-sustaining as far as farming goes. Go ahead and just cook up some nice campfire roasted chicken. Nice tasty roast chickens. To close this episode out, I feel like it's time for some more gambling. We have the luck of the sea fishing rod and should be able to pull some better loot now. As soon as the steak is finished cooking. Tasty. Very, very delicious. Nutritious, also. Alright, let's go ahead and get back to our dock. And I'm just gonna fish for the next 5 minutes or so. Let's see what we pick up. If anything interesting. Some cod. Oh, another creeper. More cod. I actually wouldn't mind lily pads if we can pull one. A puffer fish would be funny. Not even seeming that's super worth it, but it would be amusing. Some salmon. Well, now that we've successfully managed to gather up one of every type of vanilla fish, other than axolotl, I suppose, but that's kind of dubious if we can count that. Whoa! Well, hello there, you. Not the awesome. That isn't really of interest to me at all. No, you, however. Only sticks. Darn it. Actually, though, that ocelot is kind of a problem, and we're gonna have to take it out before it gets any bright ideas around my birds. Hello again, Mr. Creeper. Hey, actually, since you're, like, still most of the way alive, please get better aim, Mr. Bones. We're trying to do some work here. Hey! Glad we could work together. Couldn't have dropped something that wasn't cat, though. That's like the one disc that's really easy to obtain. It'll be good as a trophy, bare minimum. Ah, there you are. Come on. Look, I'm really sorry about that, but you'd slaughter all of my birds. Yeah, I feel really bad about that. So I'm gonna choose not to think about it by saying, ooh, pumpkins. Hey, come back here. Get back here. The nerve of that guy. Ooh. That one actually dropped its bow. Fascinating. Oh, there's another creeper. We could have kept that one alive if we wanted a chance at another music. You know what? Hit you 3 times. Let's see if there's another skeleton on the island. I sort of doubt it, but worth entertaining the attempt. Ooh. Okay, broken textures aside, you are a priority target. Okay, sir, can you, like, come over here? Come on. Come on. Ah. Oh, come on. Really? Come on. Okay. Hi. Yes, ow. I'm gonna... Okay, your texture is like broken. Hold on, let me try this. Let me try this. Will that fix it? Oh my god, it actually did. Well, yeah, that's kind of huge, actually. Ooh. Hey, Mr. Bounce. Really? Hey. All that only for you to blow up. Ow. Alright, that's it. Ow. Well, I can't say tonight wasn't at least productive because that zombie villager is potentially huge. Hi. Oh, you were the injured creeper. Uh-huh. And I think with that just abject failure of a resource gathering night, we're gonna go ahead and sleep. Quite frankly, I think that's enough. If you're liking this series so far, though, go ahead and leave it some engagement. I will personally reply to every comment that actually made it this far. And I will see you in the next one.